That's crazy. What are you going to do?
I don't know.
I'll do. I
was kind of freaking out about that.
Or I'll meet you there. Don't freak out.
It's just adding to the Christmas Day chaos.
Oh my gosh. Well, I've got lots of time. So
anyone want to do my holy hour for me?
You guys, we can all do it. Wouldn't it be cool if we all did a holy hour on Wednesday? You guys.
I mean, everyone's with people. It's a crazy day.
Put the kids to bed. Good night. Go after.
Okay.
You're too tired. You're out of town. Tell me. I'm just a single gal.
I can't wait to see what everyone says.
What are people going to say?
Hey guys.
Hi.
We're here for any Q&A, and also we won't be here next week for Q&A, so
no, we won't.
Get all of your burning questions out now.
Oh, exciting. Yeah, what do you guys want to chat about today?
Beth, what medals are on your necklace?
Thank you for asking. I have two. I have a miraculous medal that I love, love, love. So that is Mary right here. And then I have a little boy Jesus medal.
It's like a baby Jesus.
He's like a toddler.
Oh.
Isn't that cute? He's a toddler.
He's making his sign.
It says, "Oh Jesus" on the back. King of love, I put my trust in thy loving mercy. It's a little invocation made known to me through reading Ensino Jesu. They have a real devotion to the King of Love, little boy Jesus. And so I bought this medal when I was visiting Silver Stream Priory, where Ensino Jesu was written, or received, I should say, from Jesus in prayer. So I bought this little medal, and actually, the King of Love, you're supposed to pray that prayer morning and night.
That's beautiful.
So here's what happened. Okay, I'm not doing a very good job of this, but basically this little boy Jesus, toddler Jesus, appeared to this woman whose mother, Yvonne Amy, she began the order that was this branch of the Benedictines that's perpetual adoration. Anyway, He appeared to her. He ran into her walking on the road, and Jesus. He said, little boy Jesus, and he said, pray this morning and night.
Okay. That's it.
That's the whole thing. But
I thought there was more. It seemed like a lot of build up.
I know, you guys. It's because I haven't really talked about it, so I don't have my pitch ready
yet.
I don't have my pitch ready for you guys. Anyway, this little boy Jesus, I have a little statue of him too at my house, which I just die looking at him. He's carrying an olive branch because he's just bringing peace, and his heart is on the outside of his chest, and his little hand is just pointing to his heart, look in my heart.
That's sweet.
Oh my gosh, I could cry thinking about it. Anyway, he is particularly beautiful and effective for people who've experienced trauma as a child. Abuse victims really find that this King of Love, this little boy Jesus, is very accessible for them because he's so gentle. He's he comes so gently. That's why the incarnation is mind-blowing. It makes no sense to people that expected this military, political king to come and be the Messiah. But instead he came as this gentle, humble child. So he just comes to us and asks us to trust his love and his mercy. So that's the other medal I wear. Little boy Jesus.
How's your consecration book going?
Oh my gosh, you guys. I wanted to talk about it
and
today.
Talk about the new one coming out too. Someone said they couldn't get it in Ireland yet. That might be what they're talking about.
You can't get this one in Ireland?
But there's a new one. I thought the new one came out.
The new one is not out yet.
Oh, someone was promoting it this weekend.
Well, it's on pre-order.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, okay. But it's not out. So I'm praying this one, Consecration to Jesus through Saint Joseph by Dr. Greg Bottaro and Jennifer Settle. And
I love the art on the
honestly, it's changing my life. I'm not kidding. It's this art alone.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I have meditated just on the posture of Joseph holding Jesus. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at this. He's anyway.
It's beautiful.
I feel like there are things that have always been in the scripture.
Yeah, see, some people have Father Calloway's already.
No way, you already got it. Okay, it says on Amazon, available for pre-order January 1st, 2020.
So it seems like Amazon's a liar.
So, sorry, I'm behind. Forgive me. I was uninformed.
Beth, get it together.
I was misinformed. Anyway, I'm almost done with it. I will finish my consecration I'm doing an 8-day silent retreat the first week of January. And I'll finish on Epiphany, and I want to start crying about it. I don't even know what I'm going to do when I'm not doing my consecration every day, because it's been amazing.
Okay, I want to hear answers to this question. Has anyone had a miracle of reconciliation since starting the Advent journal?
What?
I want to hear if anyone has had that.
I would love to hear that. And
also,
listen,
I'm going to pray for a miracle of reconciliation
Amen.
right now.
Yeah.
Because I love that you just asked that.
Yeah.
And I want that in my life.
I'm curious if you asked it because you've experienced.
Yeah,
that.
tell us.
And I wanna put a little caveat here to say that miracles of reconciliation can just even be small steps.
Totally.
Toward a renewed relationship,
For
small
sure.
steps towards forgiveness. All of those, in my mind, are miracles. Yeah.
My mom and I have the beginnings of a healing miracle.
Wow. Praise God. I'm so happy to hear that,
I'm gonna
Bridget.
just cry.
Do you want to pray right now? Do you
Yeah.
want to pray?
No, but sure.
Okay. I thought you said you wanted to pray.
I know, but I meant like.
Oh, you want to read some first, and
I
then
did
we'll
it
pray.
in my head.
Okay.
I prayed
That's
it.
very sweet. That's very sweet, you guys.
I wasn't being a great active listener because I was just praying.
No, I think that's how we're supposed to live. It's just walking around, talking to the Lord.
Yeah.
But then also praying,
Yeah. Any prayers I can pray about the stress and tension I feel from family during the holidays? Beth, did you read my email yesterday?
I started it.
Yeah.
And then I felt like I wasn't giving it my whole attention because I was
Yeah.
thinking about Teachable Tuesday. So I marked it as unread. So
Oh,
I could
got
read
it.
it intentionally.
I love being marked unread.
Okay. Jenna wrote a beautiful email about that very thing.
Yeah, go
so
read
check
my
your
email.
inbox.
But we could also give other tips.
I love that
Go
you
ahead.
use the word when it feels unavoidable.
It is unavoidable.
Yes, please. Yeah.
I hate it.
Do you want to share?
No, I just said to get your calendar out and mark some time with the Lord.
How funny! Someone DM'd me and asked me what do I do? My family is we don't sell it anyway, whatever.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, what you can control is your own prayer.
Right.
You can control making time to go to the Blessed Sacrament, go to do a holy hour.
Yeah.
You can control giving your heart to Jesus when you receive him in communion. You can control those things.
Yeah.
You cannot control other people, sadly.
Guys, thanks for reading it.
Sweet. Look at all these people that read it. They were encouraged. It was
I just hate this week. It's the worst week of the whole year. So I am trying to do what I can.
Yeah.
For all of you who also think that. I realized after I didn't necessarily talk about people who have dealt with trauma or loss around the holiday and how that's even stirs up all your stuff around the holidays. But ultimately I was well, it doesn't matter that I didn't explicitly say that. The statement still runs true of just running to the Lord this week and carving out time specifically to be with him, because he's the only one who's going to get us through all of this. And even if it's a trivial oh, I have too many places to be, or I have nowhere to be, or this time is so awful, all of that just constantly points to just be with the Lord. Mm-hmm. I know that's not a fix-all either. It's not oh, Jenna just fixed everything by saying that. But the Lord does if we make the time for it.
It doesn't take away that you still have to go and do the hard things.
Yeah, or I think you just want the hard thing to go away. And it's it's not.
Yes.
It's just going to be taking time, taking it upon yourself to make time to be with the Lord.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I also just had a meltdown about it yesterday, which is also helpful to get all of your emotions out. Because I was just very bottled up about it. And again, not resolved, not going to go anywhere, still unavoidable.
But honest.
Honest and just making time to be with him. Mm-hmm. Not finding time or happening upon it, but carving it out.
Oh my gosh, your holy hour, your regular weekly holy hour is on Christmas Day this week.
I know.
That's crazy. What are you going to do?
I don't know.
I'll do. I
was
can do
kind
it.
of
I can
freaking
cover
out
it.
about that.
Or I'll meet
morning.
you there. Don't freak out.
It's just adding to the Christmas Day
Okay.
chaos.
Oh my gosh. Well, I've got lots of time. So
Great.
I'll do
Anyone
it.
want to do my holy hour for me?
You guys, we can all do it. Wouldn't it be cool if we all did a holy hour on Wednesday? You guys.
I mean, everyone's with people. It's a crazy day.
Put the kids to bed. Good night. Go after.
Okay.
You're too tired. You're out of town. Tell me, I'm just a single gal.
I can't wait to see what everyone says.
What are people gonna say?
Hey guys.
Hi.
Okay, you guys had other questions. Sorry. Leo said, if you're in a relationship with someone who has borderline mental illness, should I still pursue this relationship or do I need to move on?
You know, I don't think there's I don't think there's a right answer for every single person.
Yeah.
You know, there's not like a blanket answer. I think the only way to know that is to be with Jesus and to ask him what he thinks. You know?
And trusted friends.
Yeah.
Who know you and know your heart and know this person and know his heart. There's not a blanket answer we can give.
Yeah.
Sadly.
But we will pray for you. I mean, that's a challenging situation to be in. Yeah. And I'm sure just painful, you know?
What can you do to feel close to a family that has been distant all my life? Family member? Family?
Do you know what? I had this thought this weekend.
Tell me.
I just find sometimes the Holy Spirit is like this. You just have like this little inspiration. It's like you would never think of it, and it's not like mind blow. Like I didn't fall off a horse when I had this thought. I just was like, oh, I never thought about that. I was thinking, what if I went into Christmas just deciding to totally forget about myself and to just love and serve my family?
That's very kind.
Well, it was just this like random thought of like, what if I like didn't think about like, how am I gonna get through this? How am I, you know what I mean? Like, what if I wasn't thinking about me and I was just thinking about like, while I'm present, while I'm literally right there with them, what if I just love them and serve them? That was kind of a cool thought.
Does sound fascinating.
Doesn't that sound like a good idea? Like, what if we all just did that? What if we just chose, despite our feelings and like these age-old family dynamics that we feel locked in, what if we just decided, no matter what Aunt so-and-so says to you, you're just gonna be kind and loving, you know? What if?
That's beautiful.
Just an idea.
I should have written that in my email. It was very helpful.
Like, aren't we supposed to be, you know what I was thinking then once I had that idea that was obviously the Lord's, not my idea.
So funny.
I would not have thought of that. But the Holy Spirit was like, why don't you just try,
I don't know, loving people?
Self-forgetfulness and like loving the other, making a gift of yourself, you know, anyway. It was honestly just like a quick little idea.
Yeah.
But then I thought about Jesus in John 13 when he like washes the disciples' feet and he's like, you call me teacher and Lord, and I've given you an example to follow. Do this. Like, do what I do. Like, he's asking me, he's a leader and he's serving, so he's asking me to do the same thing, you know?
Yeah.
To be a leader in the way that I serve and love.
That's beautiful.
Anyway, guys, just thinking out loud, trying that on.
It's wonderful. I can't wait to see how it works out.
Yeah.
I've been wondering about your prayer time. How do you balance just being with the Lord and adoring him and also praying for needs and for other people? Beth?
I mean, I don't try to balance it. That's probably how I do it. I just bring to him whatever's going on.
Yeah.
You know, like this morning, I like did the consecration and I don't know. I'm just finding the more time I spend with him, especially in his Eucharistic presence, the less there is to say. Yeah. And even like last night I was doing a holy hour and I was like, everything that I want to talk to you about like feels so petty because you're right here and I just want to look at you. And I like, it's like even the way he looks in the monstrance has changed to me. Like, he looks alive to me. I don't know how to explain that, but just being with him, it's like the veil is lifted. I like see him and feel him and understand him and like receive him more. So sometimes I come in there and I'm like looking right at him and like not even praying, just thinking and whatever, and, you know, checking my watch or whatever. And other times I like don't want to look away from him to even write in my journal or read something. And other times I'm like in the word, loving it, and I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? You know?
Yeah.
They could hear that whisper because there's a mic here.
This is ASMR.
Anyway, I don't think you have to be concerned about checking all the boxes, you know? Like, I intercede when people come on my heart. For me, a daily rosary has really helped me intercede for people. Sometimes I'm in the Word, sometimes I'm journaling, sometimes I'm just looking at Him. I wouldn't worry about it. That was a very long way of saying.
There's no right formula.
There's no right answer. Praying is the answer.
You guys,
just
I was watching a Q&A back yesterday.
Oh, gosh.
And I was like, it doesn't matter. You're just praying. That's all He cares about. And I think...
That's all we ever say.
Anyway, sorry, just wanted to say it again. In case you heard that before, that's from where it is. But also, He just wants to work on us too. Like, He wants to love on us and our hearts, and us to understand His heart more and understand who He is more, so that we can be vessels in the world. So, you know, if it's like praying for your mom's conversion, I don't know, I'm like throwing out something random. You being a witness of God's love and mercy within your own heart and how He's changed your life will be a witness that changes her life.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't necessarily need to be like, okay, I prayed for my mom, check it off. It's like, God changed me so that I can be a changed person in the world.
Yes.
That is then going to evangelize everyone. But like one person. Not everyone, meaning like on a worldwide scale. One person. Just by your witness. Sorry.
I love everything that you're saying. It's all right and beautiful. The only thing I would just add to that it's so pleasing to Jesus when people, situations, needs, especially emotional or like heavy ones, come to your heart. You don't have to like pray into them and earn it and like see it through. Do you know what I mean? What's really pleasing to the Lord is when you trust Him. Yeah. And you just like holding your hand. Mom's conversion. I just really want my mom to return to the church, Lord. And I know you want that too. I know you do. And I know you can do it. And I don't have to earn it. Yeah. You know? Totally. So handing things over to Him, even I think, I imagine sometimes putting a person or an intention in my hand. And then like, I pray imaginatively a lot. Like the Sacred Heart of Jesus is described as like a fiery furnace of love and mercy. So I'll even like open the furnace and put people in there, like just to be consumed by His love. So it's not like I'm like, oh, I don't need to pray about that. I'm supposed to be reading scripture. You know what I mean? We can be even like very scrupulous about our prayer. Instead, I'm like connecting with the Lord, giving Him my intentions, trusting Him with my intentions, and like going back to this peaceful place of just being with Him. Because He's taking care of it.
One of my favorite ways to pray for people's conversions too, or just like that they would like draw closer to the Lord, is to imagine, I don't remember where I learned this, but like imagine carrying that person up to the throne. So like that, I don't know, just like in prayer, not just like, okay, like, can you take care of that, God? But like, I don't know, imaginatively, like you're taking that person or walking with that person to the throne, and you're there with the Lord with that person, just like for them to have some sort of peace maybe at that moment or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway.
Those are two images, guys. You could just borrow those and pray with them.
Yeah. Yeah. I stole them from somewhere. Who knows who? Two questions. The first one is about asking Jesus for a word or verse for the year. I started asking Jesus in prayer yesterday. Does He confirm what you get in prayer?
Oh, for sure. He sure does. That's my whole answer. Yes. So if you hear something from God in prayer and you're like, I don't know, I would just keep asking. Okay, Lord, I trust you. Confirm that. You could do that. It's not like putting God to a test. It's just saying like, I want to be clear, and I know you speak clearly, Lord. So I'm going to just ask you to confirm it. But then to be open to receiving those confirmations. If you see a road sign that has that word in it, I think that's pretty good confirmation. You wouldn't be like, okay, was that it? I don't know. Confirm it again. You know what I mean? It's like faith working with our relationship. You can ask God to clarify. Something my spiritual director is helping me with a lot is like I receive something in prayer and then I like walk away from prayer and I'm like trying to think about like, what did that mean? He's like, well, you could just ask Him what He meant. You could ask Him to expand upon it. And I'm like, I could. thank you.
So smart.
Just what keeps coming up, you know? And then ask him to confirm it. If you're like, I don't know. If you still don't know, if nothing's coming in prayer or like in your whatever circumstances, setting, whatever, you could also just like talk to a friend about it. I think this might be my word. What do you think?
That's beautiful.
And they'll be like, yeah, that sounds like the Lord.
Bailey said, I had a time of reconciling relationship with my mom. I didn't even connect it to my Advent prayers. Sneaky Jesus.
Ooh, I love that.
That's so funny. I love it. How do you deal with scrupulosity?
Do you know what has helped me is telling someone about it.
Ooh.
Like, I find that I can really start spinning about something in my head and like take on a lot of blame. Jenna's very good at this for me. And I'll say like, here's how I'm interpreting this and here's like what I'm taking on. And Jenna will be like, no. And honestly, it's like very freeing for me to like say it to someone else and have them say like, oh, honey, no, that's not what that's like. Or, you know?
Yeah.
Or like, you know, good godly counsel, like a good Christian friend will say, you know, I would go to confession to work on that, but always keeping like God's mercy at the forefront. I think bringing stuff to the light is the answer always.
Yeah.
Just tell somebody.
That's beautiful.
Do you have thoughts about that?
No.
No? Okay.
I err on the other side of that issue. How do you become more intentional in your faith? How do you get rid of distractions to faith?
Okay, well, I think being more intentional has a lot to do with time.
That's good.
So just making a decision to pray every day at a certain time. I think that's a good place to start.
Yeah, I love that.
I don't think you have to read all the books or go to all the things or, you know. I think about that blessed Kiara.
Luca.
I think it's her. Maeve, Carlin, you don't have Instagram, but are you here? She quoted her in her talk in Ireland. Blessed Kiara said, small steps can. So I think when we have this impulse to grow in faith or whatever, we really can go like all in, right? It's this same way around like New Year's resolutions.
Totally.
Like, oh, I'm gonna
work out 8 days a week.
Yes, that's a good idea.
3 hours a day.
Yeah. I'm gonna eat right. I'm gonna get my finances in order. I'm gonna...
My budget.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we really get like... We overshoot. You know what I mean? But small steps can. So I would just make a little time. What was I just reading or watching about praying 15 minutes a day?
We don't know, Beth. Tell us.
Oh my gosh, it was like so beautiful.
Was it in your dream?
Oh my gosh, it was Father Jacques Philippe in The Way of Trust and Love. He talks about how he had this little like inspiration to pray for 15 minutes a day. And this was like, you know, pre-priesthood and whatever. Okay. He literally said in the book, sometimes I would be out with my friends until 2 a.m. And if I still hadn't done my 15 minutes, I would come home and do my 15 minutes. And that changed his life.
Wow.
It opened him to prayer and relationship and going deeper. But it was only 15 minutes.
What's he doing till 2 a.m.?
I don't know that, Father Jacques. You know, we've all got a past.
That is hilarious.
Isn't that so sweet? I was dying about it.
Yeah, I think Hannah said, I think Beth should do Jenna's Holy Hour and live stream it for all of us who don't have access to adoration on Wednesday.
I will do her Holy Hour.
Hilarious. Our priest for Sunday Mass told us we are the reason for the season because God sent his only son to save us.
Okay. That's very sweet.
Thoughts, advice on cultivating self-forgetfulness. Oh, like what you were talking about, Beth.
You guys, I don't know. This is a brand new
Struggle
inspiration.
so much to let go of my own wants in order to welcome new people and things. I know God provides, but I get so anxious that I will somehow lose.
Okay, so actually, this is very interesting. I've been having an ongoing conversation with a single girlfriend, a girlfriend who's also single.
Yeah.
About selfishness and like especially like mentally like thinking about ourselves a lot. And I think some of that is the hazard of being single. Like I don't have people that are like responsible, like that I'm responsible for.
Oh, okay.
It's like just me. So of course I'm thinking about the things that concern me, because like if I don't get my oil changed, no one else is going to do that for me. Of course I'm thinking about myself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas I think people who have a family it's like they're forced to.
Yeah.
Like every moment of the day, other people's needs are in front of them, you know?
Yeah.
So Jenna, I'd be very interested to know, because I think you're very self-forgetful and you serve really beautifully. You really do.
Thanks.
So I just wonder what you would say. Because guys, this is all new to me.
Pass.
Okay. Honestly, I liked the word self-forgetfulness, which is another reason that I know that was a thought that came from the Lord and not from me. I would just never use that word.
Okay.
Self-forgetfulness.
Cool.
And I will say there's one other thing that the Lord kind of brought to mind as I was thinking about that. And I shared this with you when, in terms of like our ministry, that I like so desire to be like really present to people. Like when I'm just meeting someone at a retreat and I like want to hear their whole story and I want to like keep walking with them. And there's like this real tension for me of like really wanting to do life with a lot of people, but not maybe having the ability to do
capacity.
the capacity for sure. And the Lord just like very sweetly said to me, like, if you can be totally present to the person that's in front of you for the time that you have, that's enough.
Yeah.
And then you just give them to me. So I think for me, that's going to be where I have to start with the self-forgetfulness, is like not being in my head and how I feel and what I think about what's happening, but to be totally present to, not even focused on, but like present to where I actually am and who I'm with.
Yeah.
And if I can love them really well in the present moment, and then with whatever, when that time is over, give them to the Lord, I think I wouldn't walk away with so many regrets or so much sadness,
Yeah. That's beautiful.
It's just what comes to mind.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there are so many holy women in this thread, in this comment box. So if you all could,
what can we do? I want to hear what you shared with me last week,
strategies.
Beth.
Okay.
What can we do when the cross we have been given seems too heavy?
Oh man, I wish I had Encinu with me.
Okay, wait.
We do.
Let me share what Jen said.
Sure.
I had a priest recently explain to me that selfishness comes from a fear of not being taken care of.
100%.
But we can let that go because God will take care of us. Okay, that is a word for me, and I very much appreciate it, because I don't want to get emotional, but I do feel like this week is like so intense and like so reliant on me like getting things done for other people and like being present to other people. And like I feel like I'm kind of alone in that. Like Mike is here, but he's also working, and like whatever. Anyways, but like I think I forgot that the Lord's going to be there.
Yeah.
Like I'm not alone. I'm not like alone in driving all around the city, seeing everyone that could possibly ever want to be seen. Like he's there. So I really appreciate you saying that, Jen. That's a good word. We can move on.
No.
Guys, this is why I don't cry, because I just want to move on to the next thing.
Okay, we can move on. I'm going to share this beautiful thing I read in Encino. I'm just going to keep this one little arm right around you. And also I'm going to take your holy hour, so don't you worry about that. I'll offer it for you, so you get to receive all
you
the
have to
graces,
live stream it.
I will live stream it, guys. I will. I totally will. Did you know actually you can watch live stream Eucharistic Adoration
that's
on
true.
YouTube? Like you don't even have to do it at the time I'm doing it. You can do it from your house. I do it sometimes at the end of the day, like as I'm getting into bed. I just like... I read this beautiful thing about... What was the original question?
The cross, too heavy.
Oh my gosh, this was like so beautiful for me. It's from Encino. It's on page 189. Here's the book that changed my life. I actually talked about this a little bit earlier in regards to my medal, King of Love from Silverstream, which is where this priest lives. My way, this is Jesus speaking from the Eucharist and Adoration. My way is one of gentleness, of mercy, and of compassion. I offer my cross to souls, but I never impose it. And when a soul begins to say yes to the sweet and terrible exigencies of my love, I fit my cross to her shoulders, then help her to carry it step by step, increasing its weight only as that soul grows in love and in the fortitude that comes from the Holy Spirit. I just thought that was such a beautiful image of Jesus fitting the cross to our shoulders and bearing the weight of it for us and only allowing us to bear more weight as we mature. Because I think about like the crosses, for lack of a better word, like the challenges that I've had in my life, like those were handpicked for me. There were other crosses that other people bear with much more grace, that I could not have borne that cross. And I don't mean like they're so much holier. I'm just saying I obviously could not have borne it because Jesus didn't choose that cross for me. He chose this cross for me that I can bear. And I think I was chatting with someone on here about kind of the idea that like God doesn't give us more than we can handle. And I think in general, people use that as like a dismissive way of like viewing suffering. Yeah. But ultimately, I think the thing to focus on in the words of Jesus here and in scriptures about taking up your cross is not so much focusing on the cross, but focusing on Christ bearing the cross with you and for you. I think that's the more important aspect of our suffering, is to be united to him in the suffering, as opposed to this suffering is too much. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's just a little shift, but
right.
It makes all the difference, I think. Anyway, can't say enough about this.
That was so good,
little
right?
book. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I'm gonna fill out a workman's comp form.
Okay.
Not sure how to go about praying for true conversion of an ex-boyfriend. I ended things 3 months ago, but still love him. Not sure how to proceed. Keep praying?
You know what I would do? I would keep giving him to the Lord, because it's not your prayers that are going to earn it. And also I want your heart to be freed. Whether this man, whether that was truly the end of the relationship and that it was just for that season, or whether this relationship will come back around. What we can't possibly understand from this point in time what God's will is. So I want your heart to be free and healed, which means that as he comes to mind, and some of that is like a genuine need for intercessory prayer, and some of that is just your own attachment, Neither of those are like good or bad. They're both like, just give them to the Lord. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Recently, I've been feeling very much taken advantage of at work. How do you know the difference between feeling like it's too much and can't do it all and not trying hard enough or being lazy? I would maybe have a conversation with like chat with your boss, coworker, and be like, these are all of my tasks. Does this seem like this is what you wanted to give me? Is there anything I could offload? For the time being, I'm feeling overwhelmed. Like, have a conversation with someone where they could say, oh, this doesn't seem right. Let's give you something else. Or, I don't know, like, talk about it and say, like, is there something I'm missing here that you can maybe help me with?
Mm-hmm. That was really good. Yeah. That was a very practical bit of advice from Jenna Gizar. I would just say the first part sounds very reasonable. Like, I'm feeling very overwhelmed. This feels like a lot. I would say, tell God that in prayer. The second part of that, when you said, like, am I lazy? That sounds a little bit like shame, like the voice of like shame or accusation. So I would just be I don't think you have to weigh that as a legitimate thought. I think you can say, like, the Lord would never talk to me like that. That the fruit of that thought is shame, condemnation, fear, sadness. So that's not a thought that I have to think. Like, I can dismiss that as a lie.
I'm in recent Advent readings. The moment of God waiting for a response has shown me his gentleness. Even with Mary, he asked her first.
Yeah, beautiful.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah. I love when I see my name pop up in the comments. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's me.
There you are. It's really me typing.
My phone.
Well, guys, this has been great. Next week, we're going to have Teachable Tuesday on a Monday again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then we're not going to have Q&A. We're going to be at SLS the rest of the week.
Yeah. So if you're coming to SLS, I think our booth is 8:30.
I don't know what it is.
Sounds like
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, so we're going to be at a booth,
8:30.
and we're going to be there Monday afternoon, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we'd love you to come by and hang out at the booth. Jenna will be there.
We're going to be there.
I'll be there. We just want to hang with you.
Yeah.
Or if you're watching it, you're like, my college kid is going to be there. Let them know. Come see us. One of our sweet friends on here sent her son over and was like, can you go say hello to Blessed is She? We took a little pic together. Picture, right? It was the best, yeah. Now he's in seminary. Guys, say a little prayer for Scotty.
Wow.
I know, we're in touch.
Wow. It's a conference that Focus puts on, and it's here in Phoenix.
Praise the Lord. Yeah. So it starts on Monday afternoon.
So we'll be here in the morning.
Teachable Tuesday in the morning, but no Q&A. So thanks for hanging today.
Yeah, it'll be same time, 1 p.m. Eastern for you guys.
And then the next week, I will not be here, but someone else will.
Did we get confirmation on that?
No, I just talked to him on the phone too. I didn't think to ask him. But I told him to tell me by today if he was going to do it.
Oh, okay. Great. We'll let you know.
I'll be on my 8-day the following week.
All right, we love you guys.
Mm-hmm, we sure do.
We are so excited for you for this Advent season. It's almost over. And then we're going into the Christmas season, and you get to keep using your devotional.
We're keeping on.
Party doesn't stop.
I love that.
Yeah, these are all saved on Instagram for 24 hours, and then they are always on YouTube as well.
Yeah. Okay, well,
love you.
next Monday.
Bye-bye.
Merry Christmas.